Harry and Meghan has been binged across the globe and smashed Netflix records along the way. In it, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex made a number of damning claims about the royal family, and as it's dominated the news cycle this month, BBC's Laura Kuenssberg decided to open a debate about the documentary with her guests Susanna Reid, The Sun editor Victoria Newton and Archbishop Justin Welby on Sunday morning. However, given Laura's show is supposed to focus on politics and the latest goings-on in Westminster, a number of fans were left furious the BBC show dedicated its time to the Netflix series. Laura had interviewed Oliver Dowden and Shadow Home Secretary Yvette Cooper elsewhere in the programme, but the inclusion of the royals was enough to irk a number of licence fee payers. During the debate, Laura asked Susanna for her verdict on the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's claims, prompting the Good Morning Britain host to reply, "I think it's just ever so sad. And I think at the heart of it is this terrible rift between brothers, between a son and his father. I watched the documentary, I just feel like your stance on it depends on what you think their motivation is. There are people who think their motivation is to discredit and dismantle the royal family, and therefore they get a lot of reaction from people who think that's appealing. There are some people who think their motivation is to use their royal titles to get an enormous amount of money, and of course they got $100 million apparently for this Netflix series, so there are people who think that's terribly distasteful." Outlining her own verdict, Susanna continued, "I think their motivation is the felt like they had too much scrutiny, publicity, intrusion, invasion of privacy, and I know people cough and splutter and say well they're hardly being private now, but, I feel like their motivation is they felt like they were hard done, they felt like she suffered. We know that she had these terrible thoughts, enormous sympathy for that. We also know that Harry saw his mother die in the wake of terrible press intrusion and paparazzi, so I understand that they feel like they were intruded upon and their side of the story was never told." The Archbishop said he can't really comment on it because I married them and the pastoral confidentiality, when he was asked the same by Laura. He did add, however, there's always a way forward, it just has to be at the right time. Before long, viewers took to social media to blast the discussion given the genre of Laura's Sunday show. On Twitter, Henry Forbes Hamilton remarked, "Harry and Meghan, who cares? Time to make another pot of coffee." #Bglorok. While at Counselor_Tim_Norman raged, #Bglorok shut up about Harry and Meghan. It's a non-story. #Give them peace. Elsewhere, at CMCL1 fumed, #Bglorok what a surprise, let's bring out the Meghan and Harry story, pathetic from the BBC. You're a political program, they went on to argue before following their tweet up with a laughing emoji. Meanwhile, at iTiddly commented, #Bglorok Harry and Meghan, two things we ain't interested in and leave them alone. Far more serious topics up for discussion on everyday hardship of millions rather than these theatrics of silver-spooned people." Ian Minker echoed, #Bglorok and this program ditch the royal licking and get back to the serious politics? We've got record levels of child poverty, food banks etc. While at Kush Timishti appeared exasperated, "Fuck me, I knew it wouldn't be long before Harry and Meghan came up." #Bglorok. Sick, Sunday with Laura Kuenssberg airs Sundays at 9 a.m. on BBC One.